Okay, good evening, you guys, and welcome to F.O.H with Smiley. I'm your host, Smiley. Today we are going to talk about building your business plan because you need that structure. You need to know how to build a business plan. So if you ever decide to get a loan or you know, like any type of grant or anything, you have to have a business plan so you can map out. So you're basically mapping out your business before you even get started. So, but it is very important that you have a business plan. Um, we're gonna listen to this video here. Mr. Sean is gonna break down the benefits of having a business plan, the type of business plans. He's gonna break it down to the T. So let's get into the video.
Along the way, and I really wish I spent more time developing a strategic business plan before I got started. And I know, right? You may be thinking, no, Sean, I don't need a business plan. I got everything I need right here. But listen, having a great business plan is super important because it can prevent you from wasting your precious time and money. And honestly, many people fail because they start operating a new business without any plan, and then suddenly they start to realize they have no real competitive advantage or no real product to market fit, for example. And so sitting down and writing out a plan really forces you to think about your business ideas, like evaluating all your options and your business strategy, like what are you going to do to be seen in the marketplace, and developing your business teams, like what people may you need to bring into your venture. Do you need investors, partners, or recruit some type of key role? What? And so I like to go through writing out a business plan before you launch, because what you can do is take your plan to a trusted advisor or mentor or consultant, or even your local SBDC or small business development center, and have them review your plan, evaluate it, and give you some feedback.
Fiverr connects you with freelancers that offer a wide variety of digital services. Really left.
But first, you need to have a great plan in place. And if you watch this video until the end, then you're going to learn the 3 types of business plans you can write, how to write a great plan step by step, and my tips for using your plan to get financing. Hey there, I'm Sean, a self-made millionaire and entrepreneur. And right now, I'm on a mission to help people start, fund, and grow their business. All right, let's get this party started with number 1. Why do you need a business plan? Man, there are so many valuable reasons to have one. I like to think about your business plan as not only a roadmap, but as your first real business asset, because make no mistake about it, when you invest time and money into creating a thorough plan, if you execute it, you will make money as a result. All right, so here's a list of reasons why I think you should have a thorough plan in place. Number 1, it helps you develop your pitch. You're always going to be pitching your company, whether it's to prospective clients and customers, or to potential team members you want to work for you, and so on. Well, every business plan has an executive summary which you can memorize to help you pitch your company. Number 2, it can help you find investors, because of course, before someone decides to give you any money, they're going to want to know exactly what you're going to do to build up a successful company, which your plan should cover. Number 3, a great business plan helps you find active business partners. If you happen to know someone who is ambitious or built a successful company before, heck, even your best friend is going to want to know, I love you, man, but what exactly is your plan? Okay, number 4, it helps you get traditional funding from a bank or the SBA. A big step in getting approved for any small business loan is providing your lender with a business plan, because they want to know with strong confidence that you have the ability to repay them, ideally with interest. And the fifth reason to create a business plan is it helps you determine your next move. If you don't want to create a business plan for any other reason, you should at least create one for yourself. I personally spend hours just pacing back and forth with my computer and a whiteboard trying to think about how to attack different markets. And then I dump it all into an easy to read business plan. Now, I want to hear from you, okay? Why are you watching this video? Like, why are you developing a business plan? Are you trying to raise money? Are you trying to get a partner? Or are you just trying to do it for yourself? Tell me down in the comment section below. Chapter number 2, let's talk about the 3 common business plan formats. So there is no one way to write a business plan. They can range from a business plan being 1 page to several pages with detailed graphs and reports. And I'm going to talk about the 3 types, and ultimately the business format you choose depends on your personal goals. So the first type is what is called a traditional business plan. This is the standard plan that usually has about 6 to 7 sections spanning from an executive summary to financial projections. Now, typically, if you're trying to raise money from a bank or a venture capital firm, they're going to want to review a traditional business plan with a lot of detailed information. The next type is called a lean business plan. Now, this is a much shorter version of a traditional plan, and you could choose to make it just 1 page, because ultimately the goal is to just convey the most important information about your company in the shortest amount of time possible. In general, if you're trying to onboard a key hire or just use it for yourself, then a lean business plan will suffice. In fact, this is the type of business plan I like to create when I'm starting any new venture. Another type of business plan is called a nonprofit plan. This one is very similar to a traditional plan, but it also includes detailed information about how your organization will leave a positive impact in the world. All right, now that we understand the different types, let's get into chapter number 3, how to write a business plan step by step. So there are 6 core sections you need to have in your plan. You're going to need a section covering your business summary or your executive summary, your market research, your product and service lines, your marketing and sales strategy, your management plan, and your financial projections. Let's break it all down. So number 1, your business summary is simply, it basically summarizes your overall business plan. Now, this summary can also serve as your lean business plan or your 1-page plan as well. In either case, this is actually going to be the last page that you write. So let's move on to step number 2 and do market research. Now, this is probably the most important step. You need to know.
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster? With Wix, you can edit your meta tags page by page or all in one go.
Your landscape, your battlefield, what market you are about to enter. So take your business idea and then start answering questions like, is the industry growing or declining? And you can use something like Google Trends to see the monthly search value, and ask, who is your target market? Like, what's their age, gender, income, goals, values, lifestyles, and so on. And then how big is the market? Is it something very niche? Is this something local? Is this something worldwide? Who are your competitors? What are they selling? What are their prices? And why do their customers like them? And then how much regulation is there? Are there specific laws or tax codes or licenses you need to have? Answering these questions will help you complete the rest of the plan much easier. Now, here's a very important note, Listen, if you do the market research and you don't like what you find, then guess what? It's okay and probably best to stop now and don't pursue this business venture, because the whole point of doing market research is to make sure this idea actually works. For example, you may find that the competition is really thick or there is very little demand in the marketplace, which are two big reasons to reconsider your business idea. And I'm emphasizing this because sometimes people fall in love with their business idea regardless of what the research says, and they decide to move forward anyway. And I think that's just a natural instinct that many entrepreneurs have, because we like to see challenges and figure out ways to overcome them. But this can actually hinder you from finding and building the right business. Now, there's a lot more that goes into market research, so if you want to see me make a video all about it, just write a comment below. Moving on to step number 3, I have build your products and services. So look at what we're doing, okay? Once we've done the market research, we'll have a better understanding of what problems exist and then how we can solve those problems. So now in this section, you can simply list out all your products and service ideas, explain how these will add unique value to the market, explain the pricing model you have and why, the cost to produce these products and services, and any trademarks and patents you may plan to file, and so on. Now, don't worry about perfecting your product or service in this plan, because trust me, you're going to have multiple iterations of the design, the features, and the services. The point is, you want to make it crystal clear what problems you are solving and how you're going to produce a solution to those problems. From there, you can go ahead and move on to step number 4, develop your marketing and sales strategy, which is basically figuring out, okay, how are you going to get attention and then convert that attention into customers and clients? And there are many ways that you can go about doing this. One way is traditional marketing strategies like traditional advertising, billboards, TV, so on. Going to events where you are the host or the speaker, or different PR campaigns like being featured in the news or other popular publications. But look, I am not a fan of traditional advertising. I think it's way too expensive, you can't track results, and you likely won't get any. But my preference is more digital marketing strategies like Facebook advertising, Google advertising, hiring influencers, and paying for sponsored posts. But regardless of what you decide to do, let me be honest with you. One thing I wish somebody had told me earlier was take organic marketing seriously. Now, what is organic marketing? Well, basically marketing that you can do without spending any money on ads. This is stuff like blogging and social media marketing and YouTube and podcast marketing. And so in my business, once our organic marketing efforts started to kick in, we quickly scaled from $100,000 a year to over $3 million per year.
At Vistaprint, we print your brand on everything, like t-shirts, hats, totes, hoodies, and ooh, really fancy water bottles. So print your team's signature style or seriously impressive merch. At Vistaprint, if you need it, we print it, with 25% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
But look, this strategy takes time. It can take anywhere from 1 to 2 years to see any measurable results from organic marketing. And that's why I'm telling you now, don't wait, because you can get to a place where you are acquiring customers and clients for very little cost, which ends up giving you a competitive advantage. So I really want you to think about it, because I highly recommend you put an organic marketing strategy inside of your business plan and start executing that as soon as possible. Now, I have a great video on how to start a blog, which is one of my favorite organic strategies. So I'll link that video at the end of this one so you can check it out right after you finish. All right, step number 5 is to build your management plan or your management team. And this is where you really want to start thinking about how much manpower you need, right? Like, who's going to manage all these marketing campaigns? Who's going to be in charge of handling the services and the clients? Who's going to be handling all the new phone calls and leads that come in? And who's going to go out and recruit the team you need, right? And you need to figure out how you're going to handle these tasks, right? Are you going to do it? Are you going to hire a team? Or are you going to maybe partner with someone who has a lot of experience in one of these areas that you don't? And so if you are recruiting a business partner or an investor, this is where you can make your pitch and say, Hey Sean, I think you're going to be a great asset in managing the marketing side of this business. You should come in. Now, if you're going to do all of this yourself, like you're going to be a solo entrepreneur or a single member LLC, then that's great too. But just remember, you alone only have 24 hours in a day, which is likely going to give you about 12 working hours a day. So it's probably going to take you a lot more time to grow your business. So you need to be very conservative when you get to step number 6, which is your financial projections. Here, we are going to project our initial startup costs, our ongoing expenses, and forecast our revenue. So when it comes to our initial costs and ongoing expenses, this is pretty simple, right? You just need to map out everything you need in order to start operating your business and then estimate the costs. Common things that people need are a website, a location like setting up an office or a store, sometimes hiring team members, whether that is W-2 employees or contractors, getting some inventory and other assets like equipment, and then of course having a marketing budget and so on. Now, if you're still not exactly sure what you need, then simply running a Google search should help you out. Now, the more difficult thing to forecast is revenue. And most of the time we're forecasting how we can hit our first $1 million, right? Now, to forecast revenue, what you would do is take your average price of your product and service and then multiply that by how many units you believe you can sell per month, and then multiply that by the average client or customer retention rate. For example, if you are starting a consulting company and your average fee is $1,000 per month, and you believe you can get 10 clients per month and keep those clients at a 5-month retention rate, then basically you're forecasting $50,000 a month in revenue. However, there are many factors that determine how quickly you can grow revenue, such as your advertising and marketing budget, or if you're in a local market or a national market, or the type of company you have, right? Like, is it a product company or a service company? Because in general, you can scale a product much faster than you can a service, because a service requires you to have more people, which requires more recruiting and more training. So the best advice I can give around forecasting revenue are 2 things. Okay, number 1, find the average, meaning do some research and figure out what the average company in your market or in your industry typically makes every month or every year. And then number 2, be conservative. It's a lot more fun to actually beat your projections than not to, because then you'll feel like a failure because you didn't reach them. Plus, if you forecast too aggressively, then this could actually be a red flag to your potential investors or potential partners, because many people with business experience know how difficult it can be to be profitable in year 1. All right, moving on to chapter number 4, I have how to use your business plan for financing. So if the goal of your business plan is to raise money or recruit a key hire, here are some tips you need to know. Number 1, use a business plan template, because if you're planning to give this plan to someone else, it needs to be professional and cover everything. The template that I recommend is from lawdepot.com. They walk you through step by step everything that needs to be included inside of your business plan in order to get financing. I'll go ahead and put a link to them down in the description below. Tip number 2, put yourself in their position, meaning go through your business plan and try to see what questions someone may have after going through it, and then go back and revise your plan to cover these questions. Ideally, your plan should flow like a really good story that is very easy to follow. Tip number 3, keep it brief. Okay, ideally, your plan should be concise and be no more than 10 pages long, because as Albert Einstein puts it, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it enough. Tip number 4, make it easy to read. Have clear headings, have simple words, and highlight key points in each section so people can follow along. Tip number 5, know your business plan inside and out, because they're going to have additional questions and want to confirm your thinking. So you need to be prepared to handle this.
What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? That was so much knowledge that we gained today. So, your business plan is basically your go-to. Like he said, you want to know it frontwards and backwards, just in case, someone, if someone ever asks you about your business, you know, um, front hand and everything like that. So I just want to go over a couple things that he mentioned that was very important that we need to consider when we are thinking of our ideas and our plans and building that structure for our business. We basically needs to know, like, with your products. So do you want to do a product? You want to do a service? Um, because whenever you do your to see if you're making money, you have to go out there and find competitors and match, and just to see, um you basically have to see if they're making it as a business, not just them, but other businesses. You have to go out there, you have to do your research, you have to, because if you don't do your research and you just go off of faith, one or two things can either happen. You can either fail, or just keep investing into something that's not going anywhere. Okay. um you have to do your research, you have to, especially in your area, because you don't want to, like, for instance, um me being here, where I'm located, I didn't do my proper research. I'm not even gonna front like I did. um I didn't. But I put it like this: if you are a person that is, like, known and popular, if you do something, people are gonna go to you before anything. Okay. With me not having, um the shy person, um like, if I was to go full-time entrepreneurship, um I would have to make my business unique, or um have products my competitors don't have, in order for me to make it 100% entrepreneur. And I'm not gonna cap. Okay. Um, but being that mine, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a business, but it's not 100% like just full blown entrepreneurship. Um, because I don't think I would make, I wouldn't make it, because I didn't do my proper research. There are a lot of people here in my town, just in my town. There's six, probably eight, nine people that do some of the things I do. I mean, I do different things. So far as I probably have an advantage on them, because I do dominoes, I do resin stuff. So I probably have an advantage on some of them. Um, but as for, like, the basic stuff, like t-shirts, um, and stuff like that, there is now, and it all goes on how big is your town. You know, if you're in a small town with three streets and six people is doing shirts, then you're not gonna make it, uh unless you start venturing out to, which a lot of things too, with today's world, we have social media, we have internet, So it's like, if you could start a business and not even get one sale in your small town. Okay. Um, Me personally, um, just because I had an altercation with my vehicle is the only reason I am really getting sales in my small town. I've never I always do pop-up shops and stuff like that. And that's the type of stuff, when you do a business plan, you want to put that in there. Okay, hey, look, I'm gonna always venture out to new clientele. Um, because you know, I always, me personally, I was in the pop-up shop world. So that's why I had a little advantage. And it wasn't in my town. It was somewhere else while I was doing the pop-up shops. Um, like Lafayette. I was doing pop-up shops in Lafayette. So every pop-up shop that I knew about, George Smiley Crafts was there. And it's also an asset to me where um I'm a shy person, so that kind of got me out of my comfort zone by actually communicating with others when they come up to my booth. Sometimes, if I knew, by me getting to know other vendors as I'm going to the pop-up shops, I started vendoring to their tables. And they had different things, all different things, and I would just basically walk up to the next vendor with my cup. And they'd be like, "Oh, your cup pretty. How you make those?" So a lot of them I started off with custom. They wanted their favorite team, or they wanted certain things with their name on it. Okay. Hey, look, this is my time frame that I do with the cups and stuff like that. So, you know, gave him that time frame in a I'm gonna say in a timely and convenient manner. So they saw how I was doing it. Sometimes I said 3 to 5 business days, but if I didn't have nothing to do, I did it. After the pop-up shop, or me sitting at the pop-up shop, I got on Etsy and Canva and designed their cup, made their name, sent it to them, sometimes the same day. And then when I got home, all I had to do was print the cup and put it on the print the template, put it on the cup. Done deal. All right. So there are a lot of resources too that helps you with business plans. You don't even have to go. I mean, sometimes you can go to a website um and they have like templates and stuff like that, but um Small Business Association, SBA, is a wonderful resource um if you basically want to build your business plan from the ground up. um Technology really, like the video I just showed you, like he gave some valid points. um but there are other people. I just did him because he had the extra sauce. He he basically gave, and a lot of things that I like is because some of these entrepreneurs have been there. They've been there from the ground up, so they can always help you build yours. But a lot of times we look at like, damn, like you a millionaire, like, I'm not listening to you. But there are other people, um and you don't have to technically go to YouTube. You can always search in Google. You have to do your research. You search in Google, you know, uh whatever you decide to do, you know, whatever you decide to do, there are different resources for any type of brand or whatever product or service you're venturing out in. There are also, just, you have to research it. You have to research. You have to do your research before you basically before you do it. All right. So he did make some valid points. There are three common plans. You have a traditional, you have a lean, and you have a nonprofit. Nonprofit is more if you're doing a nonprofit organization, um, like what kind of business? They have a lot of non-profit, but that's mainly if you're doing a nonprofit. If you're doing a lot of donations and um that's big. But you also have traditional, which is what you use if you are like going to a bank or um trying to get a business loan out here, especially with like your local small business association. You have to have a business plan in order to get any type of loan, and they want to know if you're gonna pay them back with interest. They have to know that your business is structured to way, okay, well, they can pay me back in 6 months or 6 months to a year. Sometimes it don't happen that fast, but they want to know if you have if you have the motivation to do what you need to do to hustle that money back, basically. Um, yeah, but your leading is more self, um, and just to see if you start a new business, just to see if you can make your money back. Um, all right. So, also the 6 cores. Okay, but yeah, so the 6 cores you have business summary, your research. Basically, you want to go out and research and make sure that this is the market for you. You need to know if you're going to make a profit off of that market. Um, how many competitors you got out there? Is there any regulations or anything that you need? Um, Basically, just to make sure your business actually works with this market research. Okay. Um, your third part is basically building your product and services. You want to make sure that you are um whatever business or service or product, whatever you are doing, you want to make sure that it's answering, that is solving your target audience. You make sure, hold up. You want to make sure you are targeting their pain points, the problems to their solutions. Well, the solutions to their problems. For instance, um, I'm gonna do it for instance, like because I started this new venture that I'm still playing with to see if it's something for me. So I'm gonna say like digital products. Okay. So um with the digital products, I want to make sure, being that I'm a crafter, I want to help other crafters. So um with their pain points, I'm basically going to be their go-to. So if I show them, I wish I had a tumbler right here. If I showed them, um, okay, so if I was a crafter and I started promoting my digital products, okay, and I'm basically showing the crafters what I do. The first thing they're going to ask, um, so they're either going to ask, where did I get the tumbler, being that they're just starting out, or where did I get the template that is on this sublimation cup? Okay. So the first thing that I'll provide to them, or I would ask myself as a business, being that I operate my own business as a crafter, the first thing that I would um ask another crafter, like, how did you do that? Okay, so you have to give them a supply list. You have to give them a design, because they want to know. So the basically the pain points, what I'm trying to predict here is, out of this sublimation tumblers, what questions would another upcoming entrepreneur or somebody that does crafting but they do not do tumblers, what type of questions would they ask me? Okay, so they would ask me, how did I do it? Where did I get the design? You basically want to always have the answer to the next question that you think they're gonna. How did you get this sized? Um, so basically, I'm gonna start over. So, what supplies did you use to make this? How did you get the sizing? Where did you get the design? Um, what time and temp that you used to get it perfect and get the colors vibrant like you did? Like, you want to know, you want to always have the question, the solution to their next question, to their next pain point. You want to know what you basically want to know the answer before it even asked. A lot of time too, a lot of other crafters I watch, or other entrepreneurs that I watch, they also like go, I'm not gonna say stalk their competitors page, like, but go on their competitors page and basically go through the comments just to see what type of questions they're asking. Um, that can be one too. So you can already have a solution to a problem that you know you're gonna come up to. So you got to do your research. I'm not saying you have to um go and copy everything somebody have, but you have to know what your competitors are there. You have to know why. Okay, so why is this person continue going back to this person? What make their service, what make their product so special that they go back to that person? Because you have to think that for you. Like, what can I do unique that's gonna make the customers come to me, tell their friends, tell their cousins, or basically, like I said, now we're in a world where it's social media. So you have to think about, okay, so what could I do to bring customers to my site, or to bring customers on my page to see what I do? You have to know all the questions to that. Basically. And another thing he talked about with the developing your marketing strategy is that you have different ones. Traditional wise, is basically the stuff that they did back in the days, like your billboards, and you're going house to house, and um I would say your pop-up shops. Well, I mean, I would put pop-up shops in traditional, because the customers are coming in and you're basically advertising your business. Um Now, you can keep track to it to a certain extent. You can keep track of it, because you can keep track of what you made. And what you made are by having especially if you have products and you have your products out there, you can't see the difference if you go to a pop-up shop. A lot of people ask for business cards. Have your business cards. Um, Make sure you have the proper, because at the beginning, that's where I messed up. I didn't have a phone number on my business card. So you want to make sure you have a business line or a business phone number to where you can add that on your business cards. I lost a lot of sales like that at the beginning because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to give my cell phone number out, which of course I actually end up doing anyway. But I lost a lot of sales like that. I had um a lady, I don't know if she was a dean or something, but she was like, "Oh, I want you to make some tumblers with the school logo on them," and gave her a price and everything. And after she walked away, I was like, "Oh, I don't have my number on the business card." So there was no way for her to actually contact me besides email. And I mean, a lot of people don't be emailing like that. So, of course, she probably either ventured off with somebody else or just end up not doing it. Um, so just make sure on that business card, you want to make sure you have the important and the necessity when you do a business on that business card. And I know I'm going off topic, but on that business card, you want to make sure that you have your business name, your personal name, like your real name, because some people don't use, hey, such and such. If you actually dealing with a school or stuff like that, they're not gonna say, hey, yeah, is this Smiley Crafts? They're not gonna do that. And be like, hello, is this, I'm looking for Georgette Briscoe. I met you at a pop-up shop. We discussed such and such and such. Um, so you want to have all these informations on here. And we're gonna do a podcast about probably developing a business card or whatever. That's for a later day. All right. So we're also with the digital marketing is we have so much social media that you can actually go on and keep track. You actually can buy ads and push, and once you pay whatever social media your platform is on, Facebook or Instagram, they're going to, once you pay it, they're going to push it to see, for other people to see. They're going to push it. Um, you can see numbers from that, but I mean, there also is other things too that you can see if you're actually making the numbers, like like by creating reels, um, using the right music or using the viral tones, trending to sounds, whatever. You can always use that to push. Now, this is just me. This is just my opinion. I'm not knocking nobody who did it the right way. But for me, I did it. I ventured off in a business not doing it the correct way because I wanted to know if I was making up money and I was making a profit off doing it without doing the proper research. I did the proper research, but I just wanted to see if I was making a profit. So I didn't go the proper way the first time, which I'm in the process of doing that now, but I didn't go the right way. I didn't do an LLC or business loan. Let me tell y'all, I took my income tax, kept track of what I spent or gave myself a budget to spend and ventured off on my own. And then, once you sell out, but you have to keep track of what you're selling, of how much you're spending to how much revenue is basically coming in. So, you know, in my and later on, I found vendors. I actually networked it with other people that was like, hey, where you get your tumblers from? Okay, look, I got this. This is, you know, I started gaining my own vendors list besides Amazon. Amazon was convenient for me. So I still order some things off Amazon now, but Amazon was convenient to me to where once I got it gained and learned access to the different vendors that are out there and the quality of their work. I'm not gonna lie, this tumbler right here, I got this off of Amazon. Now I do have other tumblers where I got off of I actually have a vendor um that I order with, but as to before, Amazon, I did my research to say, okay, well, look, this is just me starting off. I'm going to basically order everything off Amazon. My sublimation printer, I got this from Amazon. My I do party favors, my photo paper, I used to order that off Amazon. Now, here's the kicker. Sometimes, well, I learned this now, but if you go through their regular website, yeah, you're gonna get that fast shipping with Amazon. But if you go through their actual site, and uh I'm not sure with a hippo, but I order all my photo paper through Koala. Koala, uh, Koala has a rewards program to where you basically get money back or you get a savings to where if you spend so much, it goes, I didn't know that. Now I'm learning as I'm going because it's like, hey, okay, I could go on Koala and get the paper. Now, sometimes it depends on what it is. Sometimes the paper can be expensive, more than Amazon or less than Amazon. It all depends on what you're getting, but you're getting access to a rewards program. So where, hey, if I keep buying from here, it's gonna add up. So where I'm not even gonna pay for anything. So that's another step that I wish I would have done my proper research because I've been using koala paper for about a year. So I could have been paying, they could have been paying for some of my paper that I use. Anyway, there are other resources like he explained too, like blogging and podcasting and stuff like that, which is um for me personally, um it just basically gets your business out there. Especially if you are a blogger and basically a YouTuber. Um Basically, I mean, a lot of people go to YouTube. Especially if you're just starting a business out, a lot of people go to YouTube and they be like, okay, so how you do this? The only bad thing about YouTube is if you have questions and is old, some of them may not respond to your questions. So a lot of people tend to venture off to like mentors and stuff like that because you can, or maybe like shoot uh like somebody, if they can reach out to like a peer, somebody that's doing the same thing that they doing. A lot of times we tend to, because me, I ask dumb questions. I ask a lot of questions, but I also ask a lot of dumb questions in any type of world, whether you're any type of business world. No question is stupid, because if you don't ask that stupid question because you think it's stupid, then later on down the line you might need the answer to that stupid question. But you'll be like, fuck, why didn't answer that? Why I didn't ask that question? I know it was stupid, but you know, But you basically want to know um a lot of stuff. With the digital world, to social media. Social media would basically break down, especially if you do reels. Um, they will break down. Let me see if I can pull it up. They will break down the full. Let's see. I'm gonna. I'm trying to learn how to read the Facebook one, but I mean I know how to read the Instagram one better. Um, Basically all you have to do. I'm doing too much. So all you have to do, um, like these are all my reels. Okay. I'm not sure if y'all can see a clear view, but this is basically all your reels. This is how many times, well, the play is how many times that reel was playing. So basically what you want to do, um, is you want to set a reel for 5 seconds tops, 3 to 5 seconds tops. You want to have a description to where they're reading it. So as they're continue to reading it, your reel is replaying over and over. Okay, so we're gonna go to the reel with the lighters that I did, and then when you click it, they have this view insight. So you're gonna the view insight button, and then it's basically gonna show you. It's gonna break it down to how many plays. It's gonna break it down to how many people liked it, how many people comment, how many people shared, how many people saved it, how many accounts it reached, the interaction, um, and then right here too, it breaks it down from the reach, and it tell you how many times they played. It tells you the initial plays, the replays, the watch time, the average watch time, how many follows you got back from it, and you can also boost it. Okay, so basically boosting your reel is basically you paying for advertising. Instagram basically charge you, and they boost it to where more people can watch it. So sometimes it's not really you do have a goal to set. You can either set more profile views, more website visits, or more messages. And all you do is click it, whichever one. You click it, and then you go to next, and then you go through a process of basically um and you always want to set it to automatic. So you do automatic. Instagram basically doing everything for you. You just paying Instagram to grow and promote your reel. And then you also have you can also set a budget. So like you can put how many times you want to do it daily, like how much you have, like $1, and then it tells you. So let's say I do $1 a day for 6 days. So it's gonna tell you how much it's gonna it's basically telling you how much that this is how many people is gonna reach from 4,000 to 10,000. But you can also change that. So of course the more money you spend, the more people it's gonna reach. They don't let you go over 280 a day. Yeah, so they don't let you go over 280 a day. But I mean $40 a day. So like you can do $40 a day for 6 days, which is gonna be 250. I mean 240. and you're gonna reach 20,000 to 53,000 people, and it's only going to reboost and add on Instagram. Okay, to where you can always hire a marketing team and they can uh do it on all platforms. But I think Facebook, I'm like I said, I'm still learning, but like I think Facebook is like they have an ad center too. Um to where it goes more in details. It tells you but you do have a professional dashboard. Let me see if I can go to let me see if I do Smiley crafts. Is it gonna show my dashboard? And some of them break it down. Hold on. Instagram has a dashboard too. A professional dashboard. Yeah. So if you go to another thing too, if you go to your profile and you set your stuff as professional, which you always want to do, a lot of people say don't do business because if you do a business profile on social media, you're not gonna get like the trending sounds. You're gonna get like the whack sounds. So you want to always put your stuff in professional mode. Okay. So whenever you do it, you're gonna click this professional dashboard here on my social media, and it's gonna show everything. It's gonna show and then you can always change the dates, I think, but it tells you how many accounts you reached, and it gives you by the week aspect. So let's say if I'm doing um for a week, I created my content. I'm basically promoting, let's say this week I'm promoting Father's Day. So I will basically go in, see how many followers I have and everything before I even start promoting anything. 7 days. I mean, you can plan your content for a month, but what if something changed? What if something start trending? So week by week is always good. I'm still learning. I've been talking to my mentors and my accountability partners, and they've been on my tail. So I am working on actually posting more. Because sometimes I post once a week or go live twice, once a week. To where I'm really not seeing any numbers because I'm not staying consistent with it. So on social media is a good thing, but you have to be consistent and stay consistent in order for you to see in order for your numbers. Okay. Um, but there are professional dashboards that is going to tell you, and it also breaks it down to your followers to where tell you what cities they in or what countries. Um, see me. So I'm gonna see if I can. I wish I could do it on my phone. Um, Matter of fact, I can always get them to add it. Tripping. So so like for instance, you can do the last 30 days, you can do 14 days, and you can pick the days so where you can go back and you can track, and then you can break it down to your followers, like where like where they from, what's their age range, is there men, how many percent of women, how many percentage of men, um the active time. So like if I post a reel at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. one day, and the next day I post a reel at 1 p.m. Like what was the difference in numbers? Like you can track so much by just the in your hand. So um I mean, organic marketing, which I'm pretty sure if I go more into organic marketing, which I might go watch his other video because he does break it down. Um, because for me, I do podcasts, and basically my business is podcasting. So, um, just to see what like, and we can track the numbers. But I just want to see how more detailed we can track and um how we can get more viewers and stuff like that with the organic marketing. So I want to know um more into it. Because basically what I do is I have a business and I have the podcast, so I put them together. So um yeah, it's a business podcast, but I also throw my own business in there as well. So I just want to see what he talking about. So I'm gonna go probably go check him out. Like they say with the podcasting and the blogging, it does take a little more time than actually if you track your social media, which is in the palm of your hand. And there is you can do automation. Like I that's why I like technology. And this is why I need to get back more into posting my content and stuff like I need to, because you can set it. So like I can go to the apps. I can either go through the apps itself, or I can get one of the grouping apps to where I can set my content to post at a certain time. So like, hey, if I want to set my content for 9 o'clock, and maybe I got a doctor's appointment at 8:15, or and I don't want to do that in the doctor's office, I can always set it on automation. It's so technology is digital, this digital world and this up-to-date technology is so A1. It's not in a way, but it is. All right. So I'm gonna get off of that. Look at me, I'm gonna get off of the digital world because baby, we can talk about digital all day. We can talk about digital all day. So the next one is basically building a team. Build your team. You need to know if you want to do everything yourself, if you want to bring in other people to help you. Um, Me personally, I'm a one person show. I like to um which I thought about building a team to where everything is not on my shoulders, but I like creative control. I like to do um I like to do stuff. When I like to do it, I like to have it done and have it done the correct way. So with that being said, I cannot be a partnership. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can. If I would have a silent partner, or but I think I will build a team because I feel like everything is on me. So where if I had other team, or if I had other a few other heads, my foundation probably be a little stronger than what it is. So you always got to think about stuff like that too. Do you want to have full creative control? You want to have um I always say two heads is better than one. I just like to I yeah, I like to be I'm not gonna say I like to be, but I like to have structure. But I mean, if I find a solid team that likes the same thing I like, I think that I can, you know, yeah. So you gotta think, Also too, you gotta make sure, like, if you are a one person show, you have to make sure that you make sure you have that time to grow, because it's gonna take over time, because you're doing everything. You're marketing by yourself, you're posting on your own. But like, if you do your research, there are a lot of apps that you can find that can do automation. Especially like I said, with the posting, the reels on social media. Um, you just want to see. You want to put your stuff on automation. If you have a website, you can do like you can put your uh you hear a lot of people talking about Shopify, but Shopify actually does a lot. Shopify, you can put your business on automation on the site. So like, there is apps on Shopify, which I think Wix is getting like that too. Like, a lot of these businesses is is basically getting with it. You basically get these apps that, like, so for instance, if I'm on your site, your Shopify, um and I get this item, you can set it to where if I add this to my cart, when I go to checkout, something is going to upsell me to a better deal of what the item is, or something better than the item that I received. You can either upsell me on that item. If I decline the upsell, you can downsell me to something else related to that item. If I decline the downsell, you can make it to where, hey, look, I can give you this and this for a fraction of the cost. You see what I'm saying? So, the email automation, um, I'm in the midst of finished setting up everything. Um, like my emails and my setting up my apps so where I can upsell and downsell and do all of that. Um, but basically, there is sites, and like I said, I think Wix is getting like that too. Um, you just have to pay for it, pretty much. So you have to think about, whenever you do your business plan, that these sites is, I mean, you can do your free site, but like I said, when I first started, I like everything free, free 99. But you have to think about it. Okay, so if it's free, there is limitations to what that can be done. You know what I'm saying? Like at the beginning when I first started doing this crafting stuff, yeah, I wanted everything free. Free, free promotional, free website, free this, free that. I mean, and nothing's wrong with free, but um it's some type of limitation to that. So where if you go on some of these sites now, they is automation. So while you're sleeping and you have customers on your site, your job is to get them there. And then sometimes these ads, if you do an ad, these ads get them there. So, um, you want your website to do the work. You want your ads to do the work. If your ads can get the customers to the site, and you have everything structured, you have everything you need, you have the right this and the right that on that site, to where it's gonna upsell them, downsell them, get them to buy this for half of all the price, whatever. who wouldn't who wouldn't want that? Because you're basically making money in your sleep. You're basically making money in your sleep, which is a lot of times, especially if you're on these digital products, game changer. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's another thing. Your financial projection. Um, is basically to see if you're getting revenue, if you are getting your money back, if you are um making basically making a living. Making a living, forecasting your revenue before you even get to it, okay? Um, let's see. All right, and that pretty much was it because the end of it, he just made it easier to where um you want to make sure you're using a template. Um, you want to put yourself um whenever you're reading your business plan, you want to put yourself as the lenders, as your partner, whoever you're showing your business plan to. You want to basically put yourself in these shoes when you are making this business plan. You're like, okay, so you want to basically make yourself them. So any type of questions that you think they might add, you can always just throw that in there when you're reading your business plan. Okay. And then you want to keep it brief. He said no more than 10 pages. You want to make it easy and read, and you want to know it inside out, because if I come and ask you a question, I don't want you, because that's one of the things too. Whenever you are um giving these business pitches and um stuff like that to your business plan, because if you are, let's say for instance, you go in front of the small business association. Yeah, they're gonna have your business plan, but they're gonna say, okay, so why should we give you the money? What is your pitch? You want to make sure that you know that business plan in and out. So whenever they be like, hey, look, such and such and such. So why do you think this? You can come back with them like, yeah, this is what, stuff like that. So um, I mean, self investing is good, but what if you come to a crossroads to where you're not making what you need to make? You need to venture out from that way. If it's either a loan, some type of grant, because some grants too. I know a lot of grants, like a lot of business, like I think she's a nonprofit, but she do like grants. Especially for like I think she do like single moms and moms that has entrepreneur that want to be an entrepreneur that don't know what to venture off. They ask for that like a business plan and or basically an essay. Now a lot of people do ask for essays, but it's basically your business plan. You're just writing like, so if they give you basically if they give you this grant, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to um develop it and triple it, or how are you going to, whatever grant we give you, how are you going to make sure you multiply that grant? That's basically what some of the essays are, but it's basically a business plan just in paragraph form. um uh like I said, I hope you guys I really hope you guys learning enough to where you can step out on faith and get your business going. I am looking for other entrepreneurs. If you are interested in being a guest, if you are interested in just putting a motivational quote on or just recording a motivational quote and sending it to us so we can post it on our social media, that will be awesome as well. If you, like I said, if you want to be a guest and come talk about, um, maybe you see there's something that I'm not covering, um, to where you're like, hey, look, that's not how you do it. Let me show you how to do it. If you want to come, you know, or just say you struggle, or whatever the case may be. We know that entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's not. Don't get me wrong. I have my days to where, like, look, I just want to be a mama today. I don't want to work. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do nothing. But you have to have the mind frame and the motivation to and the mindset to know how to, and you have to have breaks. I'm sorry, you have to take breaks. So like if you're going out of town, you be like, hey, look, I'm closed. Um, you have to make sure that you have these times and these breaks because it can get to you. I'm not even gonna lie. Last year I did a year straight. In the beginning of the year, I was mentally, physically, everything drained. So I know, so I'm learning to take breaks. So like, hey, look, I'm gonna be closed this weekend. You know, I'm not gonna be doing so. Please, plan accordingly if you need this and that, because I'm not working on this. All right. So with that being said, you guys, y'all have a good evening. Um, remember that it does not happen overnight. It takes time, it takes structure, it takes research, um, it takes a business plan for you to build that structure and for you to know how to basically run your everyday business. Um, you have to know when to turn things off. You have to know setting business hours, not giving your personal information out. Um, that's why we always say have a business phone. So that way your business phone after 7 o'clock, if you want to set it to 9 to 7, after 7 o'clock, nobody is gonna be reaching out or you're not gonna be responding back to anything. Um, we will discuss more about social media wise, because social media and digital period is the best, is basically the best, the best thing, the best world what nowadays. So um I'll leave y'all with that. If y'all have any questions, y'all just let us know. FOH. You can email us at FOH biznes at gmail.com. Our Instagram, FOH biznes podcast. And that is our time. Y'all have a good evening, like I said, and see you guys next time.